Good afternoon. I think I'm on a slope, you know. Hold on a minute. Actually, it's good morning still, but right, okay, that's kind of right. Anyway, what it is, I've been obviously I do a lot of Facebook groups and everything, and one thing I've been seeing is people complaining about mould. You know, what's getting in one way or another into your pint. Now, lately, we've had some issues here, not so much with mould, but we're getting little bits in the beer and everything, and we keep thinking, but I've only just brought the glass out. And obviously one of the main things for the Perfectdraft Pro is you change that over every time. I know, yeah, if you're pouring the same keg straight in, you get a tendency, especially if you've had a few, to just round the keg in. I've done it many times, hence why they're all over the place here, which, yeah, kind of, you know, you do it, and it's good to have a couple of spares, because obviously the length that people complain about now isn't quite the same. But the main thing is to sometimes, like as you can see here, I've stripped my machines down. I've just put that one back in for the purpose of this video, but while my machines are off, we've been obviously cleaning them out and even stripped off right to this bit. Oh, sorry, can't see it, can you? So obviously all this has gone inside and all been cleaned. But it's not only that, it's this bit here, because what we've realised is even when you're running through, like say you've got your pipe here and you're running it through, obviously there where your pipe's coming out, as you can see up there. But the point is, even when you're changing the pipe, you still get a build up in this little thing, and I think a lot of people don't pull this little thing off here. So you just take it out like that, because we used to do it, but for some reason we haven't lately, and the state of ours wasn't nice, shall I say, because obviously there's a gap, as you can see there, and obviously crap can still somehow get in the gap. Obviously you should be cleaning this anyway, because half the time, as a lot of you know, when you're doing your pint, you're pouring it like that, and to get that angle, especially on them, this is going fully in your pint. So obviously, because you're going like that to get your pour, especially from this type of glass, you're going as low as there, aren't you? I go so low sometimes it comes out the side if I'm not careful. But I think it's really important to actually take these off and really clean this, because I say we used to do ours all the time, but for whatever reason, as you can see here, the machines, I've had them all, there you are, I've had them all three machines, we've properly cleaned out all inside. Obviously the drip trays is something that I think everyone knows has got to be done all the time, but this bit here, obviously you get them little brushes, if you haven't got them, you know, that you clean your glasses with on Amazon, and then as I say, it's always that bit in between there where it builds up, because even if you're changing this every time and you're not changing that, you're still going to get the problems building up. And also another point we found quite bad was under here. Can you see under there? I've cleaned it all up now. Where's the one that I didn't clean up? Probably there. Or was it that one? Because obviously when you're pouring your pint close again, your lager's getting, or your whatever it is, your IPA, your beer's getting all in here. So it's not just this bit, it's the bit all around here. I had one that I didn't, here, here's the one I didn't clean. Can you see that? That's the build up. That's what alcohol does. We don't look round and realise that's the build up that you get if you don't clean everything properly. You see, look at that. So that's the one I left to show you. Obviously this video would have worked out better if I'd have showed you the situation of everything in the first place, but I didn't even think of it. And I read some things again on Facebook yesterday, and I thought, Jesus Christ, okay, in some of the beer groups. But yeah, because if you think about it, half the time you're going right up to there when you're pulling that pint close, especially these are great glasses, don't get me wrong, but they're not good for pouring your pints, because you're going like that, and if you're not moving it out quick enough, obviously under here, all under there, this one's all right. A little bit, tiny bit there, I must have left. As I say, that one highlights how bad that can actually be, because as I say, the situation, this one, look, this one's perfectly clean, but it's not just the cleaning, the changing of the pipes, it's the pulling out of that bit, and I think that's what a lot of people are missing. And as I say, that's when your mould's going to build up and you are going to get the problems, as I was seeing some of the problems obviously on social media yesterday. I remember I actually tested these. I was one of the testers when they originally came out and everything, so obviously I kind of been there, got the t-shirt and everything. I mean, I'm not even using an app at the moment because I keep seeing people say something about the app, and I'm like, but it all seems to have going well on the app now, so I think it's time I redone these. Obviously with having the 3 machines, it's only one app for one phone. Luckily I have 2 phones and I can use an iPad or something, so I think that's something they're still looking into. But as I say, that bit there, which you'd see more, but it's more so this bit, and that's a majorly important bit, because as I say, bits of mould and the black bits that I believe we keep getting in the pints, as I say, through that gap they're going, it doesn't take long, you know. When you have it, we all have a, well, I'd like to think we all have a bit of sober time now and again, as I have had this week. That's been the time when I thought, cracky, you know, I've got to do the machines, and these haven't been left that long. I know, I remember seeing people, although obviously because people get stick now, they're not so keen to say on social media, but I can remember people's drip trays thinking, Jesus, you know, and they'd had the machine like 6 months and not done anything to it. Obviously your drip trays, that's not going to get in your beer unless you pour it in like we used to back in the day. But I say, this little bit here is important, and it's one of them that if you don't take off and you don't respect it, it is going to give you hassle. And these, as I say, one of mine, for the first ever time, I had mould around the side of it, and I thought, oh. And it was weird, we'd had it in the bottom machine, where the bottom machine's not used a lot, obviously because we have the fridges, so we'll normally run off 2 machines and even have 4 kegs in order, but you won't kind of use the bottom machine. But obviously I'd left that one and it had gone in a few times, and obviously the keg's coming back out the fridge. You're not changing this over because you've had a few and you think, well, I don't need to, it don't matter. And I say I actually had mould on that, and it wasn't nice. So yeah, do bear that in mind. As I say, that little thing and that little bit at the bottom could be really important with your beer, because you want your beer, you're paying enough for it, and one thing you do want is your beer right. Well, I'd like to think so anyway. It's that little bit and that little bit, and bang it, and always change these. They give you one every keg anyway. Once you've got a few in advance, as we all have, look, they're there, they're down there, they're over there, they're handy. But do change them, you know. I know, as I say, sometimes we have had a few and you think, it don't matter, especially if it's the same beer. You can get away with it maybe once or twice, but not too often. Right, what can I say? Thanks for watching. Anyone else wants to add anything, do let me know in the comments, and so on. Bonjour.